So I'm just going to do a little bit of an addendum video to my steampunk goggles just to help you guys with some problems that you might encounter when you're trying to make them. So the first thing is those pattern pieces that I have, they were made to fit the lids that I'm using, and I realized that your lids might not be exactly the same size. That's why I recommended doing a dry fit with the pattern piece to see if you need to adjust it. You may need to scale it up or scale it down or just trim the edges off a little bit to make them fit inside your cap. Second thing is, if you decide to use spray paint instead of the gesso and acrylic paint, you are going to need to let it dry overnight. Spray paint does not like to dry and set up on plastic, so you really do need to give it overnight to make sure that it's good and set before you move on and do the rub and buff, etc. Lastly, some plastics, well, most plastics don't like to accept adhesive very well. So if you're having trouble with the nose piece, or you just want to be extra sure that it's going to stay, what I'm going to recommend is that you, before you put those side pieces into your goggle, but after you've painted it, you're going to want to put a hole in your lid where you want the nose piece to go. And then just make a similar hole with your awl on the leather piece. This is a bit fiddly because it's such a small piece. And then take a mini brad, stick it through that hole. Make sure I'm doing this the right way. Okay. You're going to stick it through the back side of the hole that you made. And then right side of your nose piece to your cap, you're going to insert this. Now you want the prongs turned so they're going to open up horizontally. Sure. Okay, so now I've got my nose piece inserted. Then I'm going to open up the prongs on the inside. Okay, and I'm just going to actually use my awl to make sure that they're good and open. And if you mash those down in there, then and make them as flat as possible, then when you go and put your side piece in, it's going to cover up those prongs, and they shouldn't prevent you from putting the side piece in. Just try and fit the mini brad prongs inside the threads of the cap and get them to sit as flush as possible. And then your nose piece will be nice and secure, and you don't have to worry about the glue not adhering properly to the plastic.